When you think about compiled hard games, the first thing that comes to mind is fanservice, lollies, and Neptune. In general, bad games are weeaboos, like me. But what if I tell you that compiled hard has some really good unknown games without the weeb stuff? Well, kinda. Not at all. But whatever. Who cares about that if the game is actually good? Hey, welcome to the RPG Lover. I'm TRL, bringing you today a little video about death and requests that took me 6 fucking months to do. One video per month, my ass. Death and Request follows the story of a short-haired cute girl with amnesia named Inomi Yashina. She was a game developer that disappeared before finishing the game she was working on. For this reason, the game was cancelled. 1 year later, his husband, Mitsunashi Arararata, found her in the game they were developing, but she can log out of the game, and because of some weird explanation, they figured out that if she not complete the game, she will log out. But there is a problem. The game is booked as any compiled hard games, so now she needs to travel around the video game, avoiding bugs, unless you're playing on easy mode, getting waifu, allies, and complete the game without dying. The history is the biggest plus on the game, being entertaining enough to continue playing. Most of the characters are likable, and there is a mystery that intrigues me through all the history. This is good because 50% of the game is full dialogue. Yes, that means even 2 hours of text that can be boring at times. There are some good scenes too, but they're pretty crappy. The game has a lot of bad endings that the game tries you to get. These are called dead ends. If you do the wrong thing, you could get one of them. Sadly, just some of them have any substance, and there isn't even an achievement for getting them. Also, most of them are in dialogue options where just one option is correct and the others will instantly kill you. Gladly, you can save in most dialogues. This makes the mechanic less annoying and more like a missed opportunity. There are good dead ends with CGs and with more creative ways to finding them, like, entering a room, nothing so crazy. And believe me, they are good, they're really good. I'm not showing anything on the screen because you need to experience them themselves, and well, you can find them in the trailers. But the spam of bad endings just kills the surprise. Also, the final part of the game feels really rushed and most of the good endings are disappointing. Gladly, the true ending is one of the good ones. The gameplay department is where I find most of the flaws. The gameplay is pretty simple but original. You use 3 attacks in a character turn. You have normal attacks and SP attacks. You unlock new attacks by combining your skills. Some skills push your enemy. When they crash with other enemies or walls, they get more damage. And if they crash into another party member, this one will push the enemy again for even more damage. Damage! The bad thing is that the camera sometimes just go crazy trying to follow various enemies when pushed. There is also field bugs, some circles in the floor that gives you different effects, positive and negative ones when you touch them, but they do damage and raise your corruption level. The corruption level is a percentage that fills when taking damage or by touching the mentioned field box. When the corruption level reaches 84%, the character enters glitch mode. In this mode, the characters get stat buffs and access to an overpowered attack that I don't remember the name, I'm going to be honest with you. But if corruption reaches 100%, the character will instantly die. Also, our dear Arararagi can also help us by hacking the game when you destroy 50% of the bugs. You can do this by using some skills or just walking through them or something. He can change the bug fields to something helpful like SP regen, summon defeated bosses, or change the genre of the game to a stupid and boring minigame. While the gameplay works for the most part and it's fun to play, there are many things that fail that I can ignore and make the replaying the game a pain, starting with the corruption levels. that never killed you unless you really try to die. In the whole game, I just died once for corruption, and it was again the final boss. This is something that many sculptors did much better with the blood gauge, making corruption a real danger to fear. But here isn't really a threat. But honestly, this is just a little mistake that isn't actually as annoying as the next thing I'm going to mention. The map design. No doubt the biggest flaw in the game, especially the castle part, where you go through empty hallways without anything. Sometimes you get lost and you don't know what to do, with the minimaps sometimes showing you the vents and sometimes don't. I don't know why. This is especially annoying while repeating the game, replaying it, because some places take forever and you get lost because you forget what to do, and the game doesn't give you any info about it. This in the castle, mostly. Even when the game has more flaws in the gameplay, I think I'm being a bit pessimistic. So I'm going to stop now, mostly because it's not a big problem in your first playthrough. And to end this, I want to talk a bit about the sound design. It's acceptable at best and terrible when worst. They sometimes use caricature joke-like sounds like that paella, I don't know how I can say that in English. They use it in battle scenes for some reason. In gameplay sounds are okay, but off battle in the cutscenes and dialogue text like visual novel type is really bad. It just gets out of the immersion, and about the soundtrack, I must say that it is super forgettable. There is no really catching tracks, it's not like it's bad, but I don't really found anything interesting about the soundtrack. Yeah, maybe I went too far with the critique. Cause believe me, I like this game, I really do, and I think it's worth it. The story is very interesting, and the gameplay is fun. Their Alameda is amazing and gives the world life. Even when it isn't perfect, it's a good experience I won't forget soon. For all of this, I can give Death and Request a 7.4 out of 10. In my ranking, and in the enjoyment ranking, cause a bad game can be fun, I can give it an 8.5. Also, Death and Request 2 is out in Japan right now. Not when I'm recording it, but probably when I release the video. And I've seen it fixes a lot of the problems the game has, so let's have hope. Well, thank you for watching. Forgive me for all my English mistakes. I'm not perfect at English. I think you noticed if you watched my last video and this. I'm going to try to upload like frequently, but don't believe me, I'm really busy. That's why I took too long to upload this video, but I'm trying and I want to do more. I'm actually working in a Pokemon Sword review because I got the game, I did it in 3 days, so expect that. Like I said, not soon.